Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome in. This is going to be an intentional past, present, future reading. I'm going to clear here with my selenite dagger. I've got a little bit of a new setup. I've got some extra white lights dangling everywhere. I'm going to get a little bit of a juicy watermelon candle going, and we have a strawberry incense and a dragon's blood incense. So X marks the spot. I'm I'm just calling upon, what is the message from your higher self? What is the wisdom? What is the wisdom that you need to move forward into future endeavors? What is the guidance you need to release anything from the past? And past, present, future is always swirling as one, because the past is what happened, is where you've come from. The present, well, is where you actually truly exist in the present moment. And the future is, well, is going to be the result of where you've been, where you are, and where you're headed. And let's find out here. Okay, I think we're all set up now. That's our intention. We are going to pull from the Poe tarot deck, Edgar Allan Poe. We ask, what insight can the Poe tarot deck give us? And we are going to go with the Guardian of the Night tarot. The animals want to talk. Okay, not yet. You're barely even in the energy. They're like, wait. Okay, we're ready. Yeah, call to action. The animals come running. Okay, all right, you little animal. All right, that sounds like good news to me. Who else do we want to hear from? Past, present, future. I think the crows. Since we're talking about the animals, let's call the crows forward as well. All right, crows, get in the mix. What do we want to know? Past, present, future. So right now I'm just shuffling the cards and calling in the energy. Okay. I think we're set up. We're ready. I got some tea, some hot tea. I hope everybody's going along well in life. All right. Let's get into it. Okay, Poe, what insight can you give us on life? What kind of message is this going to be? Past, present, future, swirling as one. But we're existing here. So yeah, if you feel like you've got a lot going on all at once, well, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. That could very well be true. And most likely it is. All right, past, present, future. Guardian of the Night. What can you tell us? I'm just feeling the energy. Have you been clearing some space? Or maybe feeling the need to clear some space? And maybe that's why we need to do a full-blown dive into the past, present, future. All right. Guardian of the Night. That's too much. 1. Nope, that is too much. They just are like, how many can we get? How many can we get? 1. The cards are jumping out. Okay, somebody wants to speak. Someone needs to speak. You need to speak. You need to speak your mind. You need to speak up. You need to speak it out of you. Is that you? Is that you? All right, I'm just going to shuffle some things here to make room for the cards. Move the book. And last but not least, for sure, the crows, who are also jumping out. Man, everybody wants to jump out in bundles. In bundles with word, okay. You got something to get off your chest? You got something to unpack from your heavy load of life? What could it be now? And what kind of wisdom are we going to get? All right, crows, we need 3 cards. Oh, keep shuffling. Keep shuffling. Keep shuffling. 1 card flipped up upright. The King of Pentacles. If it comes back out like that, I'll take it. But that just seemed very... Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Let's flip them all over. We've got Temperance, the Devil, 7 of Wells, Ace of Cups, Page of Swords, the Empress, Knight of Cups, the Moon in reverse, and King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so the King of Pentacles in reverse wanted to come out. All right, so the past, we have Temperance, Ace of Cups upside down, or in reverse, and the Knight of Cups. Okay. The present is the Devil, the Page of Swords, and the Moon reversed. All right, you're not... That initially just tells me that you're having a hard time getting into self and maybe a past and then figuring out the future. Okay, and then we have the 7 of Wells, the Empress, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, which wanted to come out first. So you don't see yourself quite yet as the leader that you are. Okay, the Empress is the future here with the animals. Present, Page of Swords, that's truth. And then Ace of Cups in reverse. So that's like, you didn't come from a fucking cup of love. God damn. But you have bloomed into the ultimate Empress. So this is why you're here listening to this message, because where there's a lack, maybe some imposter syndrome in what you're doing, or maybe you're questioning, what do you have your eyes set on, where you're going. Well, this is confirmation for you, this message here. So, and I think I can kind of like do this cross pattern kind of all the ways, okay? So, with Temperance, Ace of Cups in reverse, and Knight of Cups as the past energy, which the past is also like the mind, the background, okay? So this could be the background of right now sounds to me like you came from the opposite of the ultimate cup of love, where you had, you know, you were that Knight of Cups. So, you know, here you see that crow is not like riding into battle with the knight. The knight's got like the flowers around its neck. This is like that knight in shining armor, you know, is it your sweetness in your soul. You had to keep your mouth shut though for whatever reason. For whatever reason you were not authorized, you couldn't be that ultimate cup of love. And it seems like you would have come from, yeah, like I said, the opposite of the ultimate cup of love background. Um, Maybe you had to be the one to keep the peace. It's a fucking heavy burden, you know? So it'd be like, here's you keeping the peace because you have all this love that you're going on the other side of everybody. You're going around because here's this lack of love that you've been, well, dropped into, whatever. So you're keeping quiet, you're keeping to yourself, you're keeping the peace, you know, while you're going around the back scene to everybody else, giving them the love, giving them the love. It's a fucking heavy burden, and that empties you, especially if you aren't being refilled, when you're the one that feels like they have to take the burden upon everybody else. So then that leads us to the next three cards of the present moment. You've got the Devil, the Page of Swords, and the Moon in reverse. So this is like, you know, where you were like demonized for the fucking goodness that you are, whomever you are. You have that cup of love inside you. That's like, now that's like that imposter syndrome. Are you? Are you really that cup of love? You're questioning it. You're questioning it. But the Page of Swords comes in here with the message of truth, of intellect, that change. Yes, you are that change of truth that's needed. Okay, and so that's the body, the present, the problem. You feel, and the moon, so the moon here is like you're going internal, you're just going inside in the dark of night, the dark of the shadow. Like reverse is like, well, it's time to make a move. You're recognizing the truth about your fucking self in the present moment here today. That imposter syndrome, fucking, in comes this little ferret with the truth that says, no, you know who the fuck you are. Forget the lies of the past. Forget the lies of the past. Which leads us to our future. Spirit, the future, the advice. And we've got the Seven of Wells. And I'll read the quote from the Poe here. And I have not told you that what you mistake for madness is but over acuteness of the sense. And then we have the Empress, and then we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So Seven of Wells is really, that's the card of like, sometimes it could be like, are you living in fantasy or are you living in reality? You're kind of like, weighing it out now, the cups that you've gotten to. So this need to showcase yourself as the Empress energy that you are. You are. Now, the Empress is the ultimate nurturing mother of all. Of all. See this mama fox with that little baby in that little hidey hole. Okay? And that is in the line of you came from the least cup of love. And you're wondering, am I that fucking cup of love? Well, in came the Page of Swords and cut the truth and said, yes, you are that ultimate nurturing cup of love. So where you thought you were the devil and you're questioning yourself moving forward, that imposter syndrome. Do you really have what it takes to give? Do you really have what it takes to lead? Advice is, don't focus on the material possessions. Don't be superficial. That's what the King of Pentacles in reverse is. Upright Pentacles, that's earth. That's stability. That's groundedness. That's nature. He's out there in the wilderness with the animals. But in reverse is like material world, material possessions. And that could be where you came from. So if you don't embrace that nurturing, loving energy, maybe you came from absolutely nothing. Let's look at it that way. Tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. How many times could you make 3 in a row? A lot. Let's look at that energy. Oh my gosh, what was I saying? Who knows? Okay. Oh, maybe you came from nothing. You worked your way up. You worked your way up to your fucking empire. This is your empire, but you still have that love in your soul. And maybe you're surrounded by greedy people. Maybe you've made it to the top. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. And maybe you made it to the top and you're surrounded by some folks and you're like, no. This is not what I envisioned. Now that could be where this 7 of Wells is coming in. This is not what I envisioned. This is not what I imagined. Maybe it was an illusion. Maybe the empire that I wanted to create is an illusion. Maybe it's not coming to fruition. Maybe that's you. But the message here is, it's all in your hands. Present moment. Present moment. It's all in your hands. You got to get on the other side of the imposter syndrome. We had the devil card the other day, but in a different deck. It's a fictional character. Everything is you. Without getting too much into a tangent on the overall existence of everything. Okay, so now that you know that it's your decision, no matter where you came from, no matter where you're going, no matter what you envision, now that you know it is ultimately your decision, we can assess the past, get rid of what no longer serves us, and we can move forward in our own voice. I feel like we need some extra guidance on that. And you know who I think is going to be energetic to give us a little boost of energy and excitement of like, okay, tell me more about this empire and tell me more about the energy and state of mind that I need to be in to get there. To have the material, but not be consumed or controlled by it. I think the dragons are going to give us some fun energy for that. What other questions do we have? Are you thinking? Are you writing it down? What are some unloved things that were not yours to carry. I want you to go back and look at your little Knight of Cups self, your sweet little cup of you, little you. Old memories, Four of Cups, okay. Emotional events, King of Cups. Beautiful. What was I saying? Yeah. Look at those old memories. Here is like, it's very discouraging, okay? And that's okay to acknowledge the discouragement. That's what we're doing right now, the dissatisfaction. The memories that were not real, let them go. The illusion of needing to be a certain way or to getting to a certain point, maybe to feel like you've got the empire. Your empire is whatever the fuck you deem it to be, whatever you're going after, whatever you're taking action on. And no one can tell, no one has the fucking right to tell you what is successful and what is not successful. Because if you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart and what you love and what you enjoy, it is successful. King of Cups energy. So no, you're not going to turn into the king of greedy ass motherfuckers. You are the king of love. So little you, that little knight of love, walking around, going around to everybody behind the scene, keeping the peace. You didn't turn into the fucker. No, you didn't turn into the fuckers who fucking unloved you. Fuck them. Too bad. We don't gotta house that energy. We just be gone with you. You move forward where it brings you the most peace. You became the Knight of Cups. That's the emotions. That's the energy used leader. You are the ultimate leader of love, right? One more, dragons. This is your new fucking beginning. This is your new beginning right here, and you feel it, and I'm so happy for you. This is the guidance you were looking for. This is what you needed. Good. Thanks for being here. Channeling from your higher self to you. If I say something that doesn't resonate, it's probably not meant for you, you know? New beginnings are now possible. So overall, no matter who you are, where you come from, what you do, overall, no matter where you are in this journey, maybe you're in the unlove. Maybe that's your present, which was somebody's past. And that's how it's all swirling as one. We're never all going to get onto the same point of like, oh, everybody's got to go this way. Everybody's got to go that way. We all have different existence, individual selves. So no matter where you are in this past, present, future, this is giving you the guidance of the energy. Temperance, stay cool. You don't stay in self. And that way, how do you strengthen your own voice to know that like this is you, you're not an imposter, and you're going to go through that, especially if you're out there and you're putting yourself out there newly, you're going to go through that imposter syndrome. Okay? But you can make the assessment. When you get to that point, make the assessment. What's real? What's not? Let go of the past that didn't serve your soul. And maybe there were some things that were an illusion. Who likes to tell yourself stories? I'm a daydreamer. Daydreamer. Daydream believer and a homecoming queen. Yeah, I am. That's okay. Whatever wasn't whatever Let it go. What wasn't love, but you came from that unlove, thinking you'd turn into that unlove? No, you're not going to fucking turn into that unlove. You're going to assess yourself, and every time you have the energy to, and don't overdo it, keep living your life. Cut out that. You've got this. This is your decision to become the fucking Empress. Top dog, nurturing, loving energy. King of Cups. And where that little you, that little sweet you that went around planting those cups of love, filling up the people's cups with your little bit of love, where you could ride in and go around and do it. It's time to put that into action on a bigger scale. And no, you're not a motherfucking greedy motherfucker. You're not. This is a new beginning for you. It's a fresh start. The adventure is on the horizon. And this is great news. Do we have any other questions? Do we need any other guidance? No matter where you are, you can take this message wherever you're at in any everyday life. Because you could feel this energy in many different situations, many different hours throughout the day, many different people that you come across. And that's okay to take time and assess yourself and move forward. Jumping over the hurdles, jumping over, and you be the leader that you want to be. And if somebody doesn't see you for that, who you are, then fuck them. That's their problem. And you don't need to carry that for them anymore. You don't need to carry the energy for everyone. Now, if you're a leader and I don't know what you're doing, what your empire is, obviously you're going to be exerting energy to those. That's just what it is, but you usually get paid for that. Okay, that's the energy exchange. Thank you for my supporters. Thank you for being here, even your energy being here, listening to that message. It's putting the energy positively for me. For those who can give, can give. I'm working on getting the personal reading set up. Still, I'm working this into my schedule at the moment. More and more of it. A fresh start for me, indeed. So I'm glad you're here. I see my numbers of subscribers growing, and not that I'm manifesting it. Set it and forget it. Set it and forget it. I put it out there. The energy goes where it needs to go. Claim it. Claim that you are in control of your life. You are in control of the truth of your own existence. That might be the title. Hold on, I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. You are in control. Where are we here? Let me get a pen. You are in control of the truth of your own existence. Slap an emoji on, slap a like on. I appreciate the support. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. I've got some extra white lights. And I can't wait to see this channel grow more and more as I get into the mode. I'll do some more posts again soon. I'm just in a busy moment, some other aspects of my life. And so redoing my schedule a little bit to take time to set aside to do the readings. And then take time to set aside to get in self and regain my energy. I feel good about life for you. I don't care who you are, where you've been, what you've done. As long as you're taking the steps in truth for your life and where you can overflow to your goodness to others, it don't matter. You're living in the present moment. We don't know what we don't know until we know what we know. Most of the stuff you went through, most of that unlove that you received, well, all of the unlove you received was never yours to carry. You filled that bullshit into your cup, and guess what? You dumped it into a black hole, and it's not going to come on the other side of you. That unlove doesn't get through you. It doesn't get into your cups. In your cups that you overflow to others, in your empire, or when you get there, when you get to the other side of that rainbow, that pot of gold, Ace of Wands, truth, on fire. Thank you for being here. I'm grateful for you. I am so grateful for you.